Are you a simp?
SIMP!
If so, then you ruined my country, according to this dude.
What? What the f?
But before anything else, I would like you to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, okay? We are almost at 1,000 subs.
Let's.
And of course, thank you for the downpour of support from my shorts, videos, to this podcast. Speaking, make sure to tune in to this podcast tomorrow at 9 a.m. Philippine Standard Time as I take you outside the Patata Cave. Make sure to bring snacks, drinks, and your swimsuits. And now, let's go straight to the topic. Let me start by saying that most American guys are blue-pilled simps. They are used to throwing money around when dating and having to wine and dine women. So what happens when they all come to the Philippines? They still have this mindset of having to throw money around. As a result, they do the same here, but they think they are getting a better deal simply because it's cheaper. The girls know this and take full advantage of it. Now, they have to come to expect it, especially those girls in Cebu. The worst offenders are American guys. Somebody doesn't really like American guys. Who are still on a US salary going to Cebu and throwing money around to get laid in the shortest time possible since they are only there on vacation for maybe 2 weeks. The girls in Cebu know this, so they now expect it from all foreigners. Aussie men do not simp. I beg to differ. It is far more common to go 50-50 on dates in Australia than it is in the US. Simping is mostly an American thing. As an Aussie, I never pay for women on dates, and that includes in the Philippines. Unfortunately, most of the guys coming here are American and have ruined it for all of us. If you are tired of all the gold diggers, perhaps take a look at yourself first. Are you enabling this behavior? Stop paying for date taxis or giving these girls money. If all men stop doing this, the girls would realize they can't get away with it anymore. So, it seems that OP has a problem with Americans. I mean, I'm just saying, okay, this is just my opinion, because why would you drop that nationality if you don't have something against them, you know? I mean, because for me, first and foremost, wait, let us define what a simp is. According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, simp is an internet slang describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention toward another person, typically to someone who does not reciprocate the feelings in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship. This behavior, known as simping, is carried out towards a variety of targets, including celebrities, politicians, e-girls, and e-boys. The term had sporadic usage until gaining traction on social media in 2019. So, now that you know what the simp is, let's react to this. Okay, first and foremost, I don't think Americans started it, okay? Maybe there are a lot of them from the USA, but that doesn't mean that when you say simps, it's automatically, Americans. But anyway, it's not just Americans who do this, because I know, I'm telling you. I know a lot of guys who are not from the USA who simps. Well, it's none of my business. It's none of my business to meddle with whatever, because nobody's simping for me, okay? And I'm perfectly fine with that. Perfectly, okay? Because for me, okay, as an internet person, I make sure that when you gift me, when you donate to me, or you give me tips or something, I make sure that it's all your money's worth, Because for me, money is very important, and we were raised not to worship money, but to value money, regardless if it's our money or if it's other people's money, okay? So if people are paying me, I'm gonna make sure that I reciprocate it with a product or a service or whatever, because I'm a freelance graphic designer, graphic artist and video editor. So I make sure that I get even, okay? But anyway, I've seen this happen a lot of times already. All I can say is that just let the guys do whatever they want to do with their money, okay? I mean, if you're totally against that, edi wow. But the thing is, they're not offending you, right? I heard this somewhere that a person's right stops when he's stepping on somebody else's toes already. So I don't think guys who simp offend you since you're a very proud person from your country. Because I know some Australians that are. But anyway, for here, the 50-50 thingy on dates, it also happens with locals here, okay? Because, I mean, maybe I'm in the position to talk about my past experiences, when I went on dates. Usually, I'm not sure if it's tradition or whatever, but usually if the guy asks a girl for a date, he usually pays for everything from, taxi ride or maybe bus ride, MRT, he pays for Jollibee or maybe McDonald's. And if we feel like going through arcades, he also pays for it. But usually, for me personally, I don't go out on dates empty-handed, okay? Because especially if I'm gonna go out with a guy for the first time, I don't want him to think that I'll just be feeding off his money. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe because I'm prideful, especially because it's very common, it's not really malicious. When a girl goes out with her guy friends here, okay? I mean, that they are not romantically involved with, So whenever I go out with dates with guys, well, it's actually a friendly date, I usually push for 50-50. I pay for my own meal, I pay for my own ride, because by the end of the day, I don't want them to expect something in return for me to do them a favor just because they paid for my meal, right? And sometimes it's not 50-50 actually. Sometimes I shoulder 70 or 80% of it. Why? Because I order a lot. I love eating. Who doesn't? But anyway, that's a practice here between locals. When it comes to foreigners in general, I think it would be nice, but it's not actually required for guys to pay for everything for the girl. But if they're the ones who asks for the Filipinas time and attention just to be with them, I think it would be nice for him to pay whatever he wants to pay. But for the Filipinas, I think it's in their, I don't know, I think it's in their discretion actually. You cannot enforce your 50-50 dating rules here in the Philippines, sir, because we handle situations differently regardless of the race, regardless of the location. So it's not really enabling the behavior, but for me personally, someone who is capable of actually traveling here to the Philippines, I don't think we need to educate them on how they should be spending their money, because I do believe that they have their own mind and they can do decisions. Unfortunately, a lot are being victimized because they got carried away by the hype. In some videos on the internet and some pictures too, a lot are being scammed as well. But like what I always say, you should always research first before you jump on the plane and fly here in the Philippines. Especially if it's gonna be your first time, you gotta research everything so that you won't be surprised, be it in a good or bad way. So let's see what the people on the internet has to say about this. Who is splitting 50-50 on a date? That has nothing to do with being American, diba? I'm German and I just don't do that. Most women here are traditional and I know the average salary here. Oh, okay, so he mentioned salary, so this is gonna be fun. I bet OP don't tip his waitress either. Bro, WTF is this cheap OP? I'm not in the game anymore, but holy crap! You're not losing the game to simps. You're losing the game because you are a cheap POS. I make around 100 pesos a minute at my job. Most working Filipinos with degrees make 600 pesos a day. I've taken women out and spent well over that. If you cannot afford to spend the equivalent of a few hours work and make the women pay a day plus of wages because your butt didn't properly financially plan when you moved or vacationed there, then you should be single and use your time to get your money situation in order and stop working. Jeez, I always thought I was stingy bastard. But I can see I'm mild compared to some people here. My wife and I just got back from a great winter vacation in Bohol. There's winter in Bohol? Let me know. We went to Chocolate Hills, Tarsier Sanctuary, did some other stuff that I don't remember, and ate at nice restaurants. I gladly paid for it all, even though she's working, and I'd do it again. Actually, in some ways, I think I'm getting the long end of the stick because ever since she's been in my life, things have just gotten better for me. Aw. My life is organized, my shirts are ironed, she helps me cook, but most of all, we love each other. Honestly, if you're looking for a modern woman partner who you can split the expenses with 50-50, you ain't gonna get it in the Philippines for the most part. Even working a professional, the salaries here are so low, she can't split the expenses. OP would be better off looking for a woman in Japan or Singapore or something. That depends what kind of women you are into dating. If you know the girl is unemployed or minimum wage earner, 600 pesos per day, sana all, like most you'd meet in a bar entertaining you. Would you really expect that girl to pay for her own food when you go have dinner on a date or pay for a taxi? That would probably cost more than her daily income. It's not just US dating. Even traditional Filipinas who date Filipinos expect the man to at least pay for the first date. If you are stingy, and you admit you want 50-50, keep dating Australian women in your country. No need to blame American simps. If you don't want to be a simp, then find mature or professional Filipinas, the independent types, the one who earns a decent salary. Someone closer to your age, girls, not the type of women you'd find in a bar. Oo nga naman. Because those women you describe with the expectations of providing money are mainly from women who date men 20 to 30 years older than them. I'm an American female currently in Manila. I met an Aussie back in 2022, but he was the same, I guess. He paid for every meal we had together, even though I kept offering to split and sometimes even pay for everything. The only thing I noticed is he's more polite and nice compared to men back home. See? She dated an Australian, and he's not like you. So what does that say about you, huh? Welcome to the internet, Grandpa. Don't forget to take your meds and refresh those dentures. I've never seen a man cry about how someone else spends their own money, right? Right? Oh my gosh, you guys are savage. Go touch grass, Grandpa. And take a break from the red pill. You're about to be black pill as warped as you are already. I bet you're fun at parties. These guys are savage, okay? So what do you think? Have simps ruined the Philippines? Like, comment, share this video, or else you're a